Hello friends, I am Nisha Sharma, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government College, Chirapa. The topic under discussion today is A Critical Study of the Looking Glass by Kamla Das. How a woman should behave while going to bed with a man. In this poem, Kamla Das offers a few suggestions to women about how to get the maximum possible pleasure out of her sexual experiences. A woman, says the poetess, should make no secret of her sexual requirements when she is going to have sexual intercourse with a man. A woman should not, for instance, feel shy about admiring a man's body and limbs when she sees him in the nude. In fact, a woman should stand naked before a mirror and ask her partner also to stand naked by her side so that they can enjoy his feeling of physical superiority over her by virtue of her bodical strength. A woman should enjoy a feeling of her own superiority over him because her body is softer and lovelier than his. A woman should then know the perfection of the man's limbs and should note his eyes becoming red when the water enters his eyes while he is having a bath. She should know the shy manner in which he walks upon the bathroom floor, dropping his towel because of his loose grip on it, and she should note the jerky way in which he urinates. A woman should not only admire the man's symmetrical and strong limbs, but also his movements, including his jerky manner of ending his urination. All these details about the man's body and his movement should actually please a woman and make her think that this particular man is the only one who can satisfy her fully and in every way when they lie together in bed. How she should behave in bed. The poetess then suggests that a woman should give to her lover everything that she is capable of giving to a lover in the bed. She should make it possible for him to smell her long hair and the sweat between her breasts. She should let him feel the shock of coming into contact with her warm menstrual blood if she having her monthly period at the time, and she should make him conscious of all her sexual cravings which she wants him to satisfy. There is nothing difficult in doing all this, says the poetess. A woman would find it easy to do all these things if she sheds her shyness and timidity and behaves boldly in the matter. Her predicament after the man has left her for good. The poetess then points out that the real difficulty for a woman lies in the fact that if this particular lover with whom she has had a most pleasurable experience of the sexual act leaves her never to come back, she would find it impossible to get a substitute for him, and if she does not find a substitute, her life would become meaningless to her. Her eyes would keep searching for somebody like her departed lover, but she would not find anyone exactly like him. Her predicament would lead her into a state of total despair, so that her body, which was at one time irresistibly alluring, would then lose its charm and would become unexciting. In the poem, The Looking Glass, Kamla Das intended you, a woman, as her audience. The poet holds up the image of woman's dependence on her man. Here, the poet used some metaphors like perfection of his limbs, the redness of his eyes to show the strength of the man that the woman wants him to look at. The woman gave her everything away, starting from her body to her trust. Her dependence can be seen in the poem as she is in an intimate relation with the man, and so she wants to show him her womanhood. However, this dependence on her male may lead her to a tough life where she has to live without the support and love of her man. According to the poet, it is easy to get the love of the man but to live with that love for whole life is not guaranteed. At that point, it is almost next to impossible for her to accept any other man as her companion or to forget the touch of the man whom she lost. I found the tone of the poem to be sarcastic as the poet first talks about the desires of the woman of surrendering herself to her man, and then she tells her the crucial truth of her life. As Kamla mentioned in her poem, like burnished brass, now drab and destitute, she presented the woman as a living being with almost no desire. The woman became so depended on her man that she gave her everything to the man. When she lost him by death or separation, she lost the desire to be loved again by another man. Her dependence and blind trust on the man that he would never leave her took over all her thoughts and made her helpless. Made her helpless enough to stand up against for love. The looking glass reflects the helplessness of the woman as it reflects the desire of the woman to portray her man as the stronger part in their pair. If the man leaves her, she suffers from loneliness and lack of love, and if the man dies, she keeps lamenting over his death throughout her life. So, in this situation, where is her individuality as a woman in the pair? Isn't it like it is all about men and woman is just an objective matter? Now, analysis. The poem The Looking Glass is a brilliant creation of Kamla Das, where the poet uses irony tone to praise the male ego by admiring a man's ability to draw attention to her own soft feminine self. Here, the speaker is the poet herself, and the structure of the poem seems like a lyric poetry to me as it has strong feelings and thought of the poet. By using this way, she is trying to stimulate a man's passion and satisfy his superior male ego, but in a verbal irony tone that means saying one thing but meaning another. In the poem, the poet says, "Be honest about your want as woman, stand nude before the glass with him so that he feels himself the stronger one and believes it so and you so much more softer, younger, lovelier." She lets the man feel that he is her only man, and to satisfy her endless female hungers, she offers to him her whole female being, which includes the musk of sweat between the breasts, scent of long hair, and the warm shock of menstrual blood. These lines show pure sensuality in the form of touch and smell. She says, "Gift him all." It means she is saying to women to give everything that makes them women to their superior men. The idea of the gift here is used in the sense of surrender and to submit them totally. Here, poet Kamla Das uses an ironical voice to show the readers the actual truth of the relationship between man and woman. While reading the poem, readers may think that the poet is praising men by approaching women to surrender themselves completely to the man, but actually she is trying to show us the society's views for women regarding the matter of man-woman relationship, where women always have to maintain the pretense of subscribing the idea of a strong man. The poet uses nude as a metaphor that means even in nude, it is the man who seems stronger than the woman. So a woman always has to obey her man. Even if he departures, a woman has to make her sexual life drab and destitute because she can't give her man's place to anyone else. Her sexual self that once received warm erotic touches is compared as gleamed like burnished brass, now should become colorless. Without her companion, she lost her color, she lost her glow. The melody of the looking glass. Kamla Das uses assonance in the looking glass to connect sensitive melodies and make them more subtle. With last two lines in the poem, the poet wrote, "Body which once under his touch had gleamed like burnished brass, now drab and destitute." The poet uses assonance in the words head, drab to connect two lines. The sound in these words is the same. Assonance can be found in the words his and destitute. The sound I connects two lines. These assonances make up a tune for the poem. The melody of the poem is like the flow of the stream, smoothly, slowly, and steady. In The Looking Glass, readers may be struck by getting a man to love is easy. The poet means everyone can love anybody. Everyone has authority to notice, to remember, or to admire another one. It is very easy, but after that, the author wrote, but living without him afterward may have to be faced. The author means it is very easy for everyone to love another one, but it is difficult to live with this one. Nothing more painful than that. When you and another person whom you love cannot live together, that can make you lonely, lovesick, and cannot do anything. Your life might become boring and passive, but you only think about the person in your heart. In the poem The Looking Glass, the poet Kamala Das has used bold and intrepid imagery of sexual appeal, which is expressing the unquenchable thirst for love of the poet. When the poet says, "Stand nude before the glass with him so that he sees himself the stronger one and believes it so, and you so much more, softer, younger, lovelier. Admit your admiration. Notice the perfection of his limbs, his eyes reddening under the shower, the shy walk across the bathroom floor, dropping towels, and the jerky way he urinates." She implies that standing nude in front of the looking glass portrays the unfathomable reality of the male dominated society that is. Women are weaker and men are stronger. The looking glass concurrently demonstrates the perfections as well as imperfections of the human body, but the poet ardently admires those. Moreover, she mentions, "Gift him all. Gift him what makes you woman: the scent of long hair, the musk of sweat between the breasts, the warm shock of menstrual blood." She balances the secrets of men who urinate in jerky way and women who cannot refute the flow of warm menstrual blood. She has highlighted that the fragrance of hair and the musk of sweat between the breasts are precious possessions of woman, which she only reveals and gifts to a man when she strongly yearns for love from him, although the man may not rightly value her sacrifice. In this poem, a constant use of alliteration is observed in "wants as a woman," so that he sees himself the stronger one, "what makes you woman," between the breast, burnished brass, drab and destitute. Besides, a good use of figurative language is seen when the poet says, "Body which once under his touch had gleamed like burnished brass." The poet signifies that the body of a woman glows like that of burnished brass when it comes in contact with her beloved's touch. The poem as a whole encompasses the idea of a looking glass as a symbol of the truth that the lust aroused by a woman in the man's soul can never prevent the man from leaving her. But still, this tough reality should not narrow the horizons of the passionate love of woman for the men. Rather, it should serve as a memory overpowering the permanent solitude of a woman, which is always undisclosed from the inconsiderate society. The theme: Kamala Das depicts the miserable condition of many other Indian women like her by bringing forward her own life. Kamala Das gives the evidence of autobiographical element through her poems, most of which exposes her suffering, psychological tortures, and chiefly the complexion of woman's sensibility. Her poetry is the result of her childhood experience that she considers herself miserable, a misfit everywhere. Her poems have openly portrayed the plight of many other Indian women who had to undergo the same plight. It is very categorically depicted in an introduction which is wholly autobiographical. The poetess here takes the reader into confidence with regard to matters which are strictly personal and private, and show more content. I too call myself I. What she here means to say is that she is no different from other human beings, that like other women, she is sometimes sinful and sometimes pious, that she is sometimes loved and sometimes betrayed in love, that she has the same joys in life which others have, and that she has suffers the same disappointments which others suffer. In the poem The Looking Glass, Kamala Das has delineated the plight of the Indian women when they are left out by their lovers. In the last 8 lines or so, the poetess has given expression to the sense of loss and deprivation which woman is bound to experience if that lover with whom she has enjoyed the sexual act fully and completely goes away and never back to her. The woman would never be able to forget that man, and she would never be able to get a substitute to give her the same pleasure which she derived from her sexual experiences with that man. She may keep looking for somebody exactly like that lover of hers, but she would never find anybody like him, and she would continue to hear only that lover's voice calling out her name and then reminding her of the thrills which her body experienced in his embraces. The woman would now feel that her body, which was lustrous and luscious when she lay in bed with that man, has now become dull and unalluring. This can be easily understood from the following. The sexual act, even though she did not wholly desire for, while the poetess waits for the commencement of the sexual act as eagerly as the husband does, yet she experiences a certain degree of disgust with with what is going to happen. She finds her husband to be rather slow in moving his fingers over her body in order to enjoy the sensation of his contact with her. He is not passionate enough or not skillful enough to be able to arouse in her a really intense or fervent desire for sexual gratifications. She then realizes the fact that her marriage with this man had failed, and that even though they have lived together for a very long time, they have not really been able to achieve any conjugal happiness. She describes her heart as an empty tank of the kind which is filled in toilets and lavatories, and which could be filled not with water but with coiling snakes. Confessional mode in poetry of Kamala Das. Confessional mode of writing has its virtual origin in the mid 50s in America. It is hybrid mode of poetry, which means objective, analytical, or even clinical observation of incidents from one's own life. Confessional poems are intensely personal and highly subjective. There is no persona in the poems. I in the poems is the poet and nobody else. The themes are nakedly embarrassing and focus too exclusively upon the pain, anguish, and ugliness of life, at sense of inadequacy. In love shows the hollowness of sexual love. This skin communicated thing. The memory of the experience lingers in the mind and puts the question, where is love? This question remains unanswered. In some of the love poems, Kamala Das strikes an entirely new note. She has written many poems about extramarital love, which she justifies by providing a mythical framework. She seeks an objective correlative for her own love longing in the age old Hindu myths of Radha Krishna. And Kamala Das is undoubtedly the greatest woman poet in the contemporary Indo-Indian literature, who has displayed diverse shades of femininity in her works. Kamala Das was born on 31st March 1934 at Punayarukulam in the coastal region of Malabar in the state of Kerala. She was a bilingual writer ever since the publication of the first volume of her poem, Summer in Calcutta. She has been known for her bold and undaunted honest expression of various stages of her womanhood and role of woman.